Yeah, action.
Okay, so hi, designing career students. I'm currently still a student. I'm graduating this semester. So I've been where you are though. So a couple things that I'll say that I ran into Marta. I was on the street and I had just gotten this position thanks to her class, which was really awesome. And I work now at CBS Interactive, so it's actually off of 2nd and Howard, right by 180. So it's a great opportunity. I do editing and producing, and I absolutely love it. But the way that I got that position is exactly what she told me, like from writing the letter, thank you letter right after, giving yourself a whole day, because they wanted to take me on a tour, and they wanted to, and if I didn't do that, if I didn't give myself enough time, I would have totally been like some of the other students that I knew were also going for the same position. I'm a multimedia communications major, and they basically didn't get it because they didn't spend enough time. They wanted to give them a tour, and they had actually 3 interviews lined up in the same day. And they don't tell you that information right away, but Marta told me in this class, you got to make sure that you're prepared, that you always give yourself enough time, and then even afterwards that you're going to write, you already have time to decompress and think about what you're going to say and write a thank you letter right away. Especially professional references, immediately they ask for my professional references right after my interview, the next day. So that's something, again, and then having a card, yes, you should be prepared to give your business card. Even if it's not something that's professional to you, it actually looks really good on them, and that was because of Marta as well. And giving that information, having it look similar, having the resume really stand out, make sure that your name is big, because one of the reasons they liked my resume so much was because my name was huge along the top of it. And so they're like, that's nice, I like that, and they liked the logo. And so all of that information was because I was taking this class. So I know that there's other classes, and I know that there's other things that have been said about different classes, but I know Marta will give you the right information and stir you in the right direction, and totally take all that info, because I seriously am so thankful, because now I have a great job and I love it. So yeah. Are there any questions? Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for her?
Everyone gets a new car.
Yeah, look under your seat. No, but I mean, I don't know what all your majors are, but they're always looking for people. I have 2 of my friends just because I went to school with them, and I even met some students in this class that we've collaborated on projects, and we did stuff for Food Network, and they were looking for positions for editors and graphic designers, and I was able to get them connections. 2 people got hired there, and now they weren't in this class with me, but they did. But still, knowing your connections and keeping in contact even with people in these classes, because you get to kind of collaborate more in different majors here. So really take advantage of that, because I met a lot of really great people that I still keep in contact today in this class. So that's also something to kind of think about.
Do you guys have any questions for her? And let me just say that I did not ask her to come. I have not paid her to come and say nice things.
No, this is all free time, right?
She just wanted to come and share with the students her experience.
So do you know that your story is in the book?
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
no, I totally. Oh, I probably forgot.
I asked you if I could use it.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, I do know that. I remember now.
Setting the example.
Yeah. Yeah. Any questions? Seriously, I'm like one of you guys. So.
How many interviews did you go on before you landed a job? Or were you lucky that this was your first one and you got it right away? Or?
I was currently working at Apple previously, so I ended up leaving. One of the biggest things was them asking me if I would leave Apple to work for them, because they didn't think I would. So that was actually one of the hindering things that they were on. They really didn't know if I would go ahead and leave, because they know it's such a reputable company. But the answer I gave was, I know that I am working for such a great company, but this is my passion and my dream, and I'd rather go for that.
And what did they say about you being in school still and having to work and stuff like that? Would they say anything about?
It was during the summer, so I already knew that I would be able to commit to 40 hours. And then when I explained to them that I still had a last semester to finish, they basically said, okay, well, do you want to work just part-time for now? We want you. We love having you here. We'll work with your schedule. It's an awesome company. I can't say enough about it. But they're working with the schedule now. They already have talks if I want to go to LA and work down there and be assistant producer. So they've always, I mean, just because of the work you put in. And you got to put as much as you can because it is very hard to get into those types of positions. And it's also your connections. So the professional references that you kind of get to know, really use those, because I guess the people that they called, they spoke so highly of me, and they are industry professionals. So you really want to think for not someone that's your best friend, but someone that is an industry professional, because it's really important.
And who did you use for those references? Just like teachers and stuff like that?
I used some instructors, some people that I worked with on projects, so any other productions that I've done. But it was a lot of people that are in that area. So I wanted to do producing and editing. So it was people who were in that type of industry as well. And that's what really helped. And for your question about how many interviews I went through, it was all that one day, so it was all 3 interviews in one day. And it took me about 4 hours total. I was there. Yeah. So seriously, when they say they might take you, like, you go through that first interview and they're like, all right, well, I want to take you on a tour now. They're really going to do that. Like, I was surprised. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go on that tour. That's awesome. And then I went to another interview, and I had an editing test, and then I had a final interview. So
And that was all in one day?
All in one day.
And how many other people were there? Was there a lot of competition?
There was. Apparently there was about 20 to 30.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was intense. And it took about a month and a half long process, so I didn't find out right away. I just kept getting notifications like every week or two saying like, oh, you're still in the finals to be considered.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was like, I swear, the most toughest month and a half of my life. But I found out over spring break, just this past like semester in the spring, and I was just like ecstatic. It was the best call. But yeah, yes.
Oh, did you have a portfolio? Did they like ask for a portfolio?
A reel. So since I'm in multimedia, we do reels. So they wanted to really look at like what my editing style was, what projects I've worked on, and I have a website. So that was also on my card that I gave them. So they could go on there and they could check it out and see everything. My resume was on there. So yeah, it's definitely important to have that. And that I got more towards my major. That's what they taught me. But as far as like the resume process and the getting your, kind of have like your brand, I really got in this class.
What other steps did you take besides just one thank you letter after the interview? Was there any other things that you had to do or that?
Besides, I had an editing test. That was great.
Well, you had
I
to-
did not even expect that, but I was like, all right, give it to me. Let's do this editing test. But I went and I thanked every single person I met. I made sure to get those contacts from them during the time of meeting them. And I just wanted to let them know, it was really great meeting you. Right afterwards, I said, it was great meeting you. Do you have a card? And I didn't mind asking. I got that from Marta too. Like, if there's someone that you're talking to and you just ask. The worst thing they could say is no, right? And usually they won't. But so I did, and so I made sure to personally write them right after and thank them individually. And I guess they really liked that too.
That's smart, yeah.
On the day of your interview, what all did you walk in with on the day of that interview? You had
I had hard copies of my resume. I guess a lot of other people that were going for the position didn't do that. So they sent it in originally when you applied.
Yeah.
But they loved the fact that you had hard copies. And I brought 4 different copies just in case. Because let's say one totally got messed up and the next one totally didn't. And so I knew to bring multiple copies also. Maybe not 4, but I'm an overachiever, I guess. So I was like, I'm going to bring 4 just in case, because you never know. I ended up giving only 2 out, but still I had them there. And I dressed really nice too. There's going to be a time when she has to have you dress 2 levels higher than the position you want to go for. Was that right? I don't remember. I made sure I wore this. I actually wore the same exact outfit I came in when she had us come in for us to dress up and see if we were checked off to be good to go for an interview. And so they like that presentation too. Even though they actually, like, this is what everyone wears, like jeans and tennis shoes there, but still, like, they really like that you are trying to go for something and you present yourself well. Any other questions?
Well, Kristina, thank you so much
No
for
problem,
coming.
of course.
Have fun.
Thank you.